Oh, now that's weird. Hold on, what happened there? Oh, now that's weird. Now what the hell happened? Okay, hold up. Hi, everybody. You know what? Hold on. I thought I put my... I know I got the music that going double. I could have sworn I put my new theme song in here. Doggone it. All right, we'll have to do that tomorrow. Hey, everybody. It's the Morning Night Live. Welcome. I am so happy to be here. And just give me 1 second. We're going to do something that I intended to do. Why didn't that work? Did I put the wrong thing in here? All right, let's try this. Let's see. Oh, you know what I didn't do? All right, we're going to start this over because I want you to see this. Because this I'm beginning to add some new things in here. So give me just a second. I'll be right back. All right, everybody, I apologize. I'm back. You know what? I was going to do something new today, and I forgot that I didn't put the right file in my software. So, hey, here I am. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P-Dawg Knight. We're here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. And I just realized yesterday that I've been telling people the wrong GMT time because of daylight savings time. It's now 2 p.m. GMT for the rest of you around the world who use GMT. Hey, first in the chat today, this morning, Diesel Dave, and he always gives you a sup, fuckers. But, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Smarty Bear, 8 Camel, Maniac Man, Brian Mullins, what's happening, Sarah? And we've got, who else we got here? Sean DW and All You Need, Zombie Teddy. Man, y'all are here. Check your logic. Good morning. How are you doing? So let's get into this today. I do have my reparations coffee with me. And we're going to take a sip. I'm certain, obviously, no one telling me they can't hear me because my microphone is on today. I did remember to turn the microphone on. So today we're going to be dusting off some oldies, as the name of the stream says, because now I don't spend a lot of time on internet drama on this broadcast. If we want internet drama, we can go watch some other shows that are specifically detailed for that. But yesterday, I was going on to Twitter, which is everyone's favorite website, of course. And I just happened to see this tweet by Dusty Smith. Now, in the wake of the shooting, the mass terror attack shootings, whatever you want to call it, down in New Zealand, and some other incidents that came up, Dusty Smith decided that he was going to, just take some people to task. Now, we've been talking the last few days or this last week about people digging things up from people's past and trying to hit him over the head with it. So, for example, hi, Trideos. For example, Tucker Carlson has been getting hit over the head for some things he said in the past, and then the dude from Media Matters has been getting hit over the head from things he said done in the past. So, well, Dusty Smith decided. I don't know if you're familiar with Dusty Smith, also known as Cult of Dusty. He's a YouTuber, atheist YouTuber, and he used to be kind of a shitlord, and then he decided that he was going to be his channel was dying for a while, and he decided that, well, he's going to change his tune, and he kind of because he hates Trump, which is fine. I mean, there's people that hate Trump, and they can change their mind, whatever. I don't care. But he decided that now everyone he used to associate with is evil and stupid and all this other stuff. So he got onto Twitter the other day, actually yesterday, and decided to put this. He was kind of being facetious. You liberals are so dumb. We're only doing this hand signal in order to trick you into believing we are racist pieces of shit. Pretending to be racist is awesome. Ha ha, you're the ones who look stupid in this scenario somehow. And then he puts this picture of these, I don't know, these jackholes who adopted what was originally a joke. The whole Kekistan flag and the Kekistan thing, that started out as a joke. If you're not familiar with that, Trailer Park Steve Shides. We know that's him. It did start out as a joke, and even the little okay thing being white power was just a joke on 4chan, and some of these not too bright white supremacist types or whatever they are kind of picked it up and kind of made it a joke. Well, so Dusty decides to oh, now this is interesting. I changed the picture on this post because I did not believe it was fair to PewDiePie. It is possible that he was not joining in on this when he did the okay sign. I don't want to smear him unfair. Well, now, I guess, anyway. But he goes, but fuck these people for sure. Now, this is a picture of some people that were at VidCon a few years ago. You'll recognize some of them. There's Rucka. There's the Poisoning the Wells guys. Let's see who's in there. There's Sargon and Computing Forever, and there's Chris Worski, some black guy. There's a whole bunch of people in this picture, and they took this picture because they all met up at VidCon for the first time, and they took this picture. There's Mundane Matt. Who else is in here? There's a bunch of people in here. Sofane and let's see. Anyway, there's a bunch of people in this picture, and they all took this picture, and the Kekistan flag at the time was still a joke. And unfortunately, some of the knuckleheads in the past, some of the knuckleheads kind of took it seriously, whatever. And so, there's a big hubbub now about, well, you guys are the gateway to the alt-right and the white supremacists. Well, so Dusty's trying to dunk on these people for that. Now, it's funny because now there's a whole bunch of new stuff in here since, what happened here? All right, so anyway, but fuck these people for sure. And then Memory Holiday deleted this tweet, but she's saying that, you know what? It was a joke at the time. Everyone knew it was a joke. Because it evolved into something else doesn't mean that it was not originally a joke. People change. To which Dusty replied, yes, it was a hilarious joke to try to trick people into thinking you were racist. These guys were so cutting edge and funny, still laughing. Nothing funnier than trying to trick people into thinking you're racist. You guys are who? So Dusty's trying to dunk on these people. Well, so then I replied, yeah, I know, right? Cutting edge back when it was funny too. Wait, what's this? Oh yeah, a couple years ago when, never mind. Oh, do you remember this greatest hit from the White Men Ask Questions video?
Change. When I'm singing along with rap music, is it okay if I say the word nigga?
How? So obviously Dusty's throwing stones from his palatial house of crystal. And so he's like, oh yeah, I learned the answer to this. Apparently the answer is no. This is about the time I realized what my actions were attracting and changed my content. Well, hey, you know what? A lot of these people have changed what they do too. The same people you're trying to dunk on have also changed in actually was this 3 years ago or 4 years ago? This is 3 years ago. VidCon 2016. So yeah, a lot of people do a lot of different content than they did 3 years ago, Dusty. But you were doing the same shit. So why are you throwing glass stones? So I said, hey, first of all, the real answer to his question is about whether he can say nigga when someone else singing along to a song. No, the answer is not necessarily no. The answer is whoever you're around. The real answer is some people will care, and some people like me won't give a shit. But funny how you seem to give yourself the benefit of the doubt, but nobody else. You might want to buy some Windex for that glass house. So, yeah, and then somebody else dug up this too. Dusty Smith tweeting April 2015. I love how shocked CNN is that black people are violently looting Baltimore right now. Black people using a tragedy as an excuse to steal shit? Who could have possibly predicted such a thing? Oh, yeah, Dusty. Glass houses. I should write a song called Glass Houses. So anyway, some of this stuff. And then here's the other funny thing about Dusty. So I'm going to just open up a file here real quick. And I don't mean to talk about internet drama if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But just there's another one here that Dusty sometimes, he plays himself off as to being the smartest guy on the internet. And how, his whole thing is logic. Well, I did have some fun with Dusty the other day. And actually, to be fair, I subscribed to Dusty a long time ago. I never unsubscribed to him, even though his political views are much different from me now. But, his content's interesting, but sometimes I just watch it just to go, what? His popularity went down. He's gained a whole new audience, so kind of been up and down. But he used to be really, he used to be really popular. I really wasn't sure why. But maybe it's because he was real popular during the big atheist push. All the atheists were, dunking on everybody, and then they had the split from the woke atheists to the not woke atheists and shit like that. So anyway, another funny thing though, here, let me find this real quick. It's in my photo files. And we'll pull this, let's see here. We're going to pull this to the sides to where you can see it. And so I had a fascinating exchange with Dusty because Dusty put something up that I thought was rather interesting. So here we go. We'll go Dusty Weinstein's. Okay, here's where it started. Oh, that's okay. I'm going to put this over here. It's on the wrong side. Let me just make sure I do this correctly. Sorry for the technical issues that are going on right now. I want to make sure that when I do this, we go in the right order. Where's my... There should be a... What the hell? Hang on. Sometimes you got to prepare in advance. Oh, you can't. What the hell? You can't even do that. Well, we'll bring these up one at a time. So, Dusty was responding to something Eric Weinstein pulled up. If you don't know who Eric Weinstein is, his Brett Weinstein's brother. Brett Weinstein was the professor at Evergreen that kind of got pulled out. Oh shoot, that's not right. I can't do a screen. Damn it. Is that gonna work? Let's try this. Let's go. What the hell? Oh my gosh. Come on, Marty. Marty, let's go. All right, here we go. All right, can y'all see that? Yes, now you can see it. So Eric Weinstein put up this thing about the Tucker Carlson story. A story about Tucker Carlson. His people asked me to come on a show. I told them I would not because I would have to say that I have often considered Fox News a right-wing propaganda machine. When Tucker and I met, he told me, I think you need to come on and say exactly that. I told Tucker Carlson man to man that I had previously had a very negative impression of him. He laughed it off and said, well, I've said a lot of things over the years, some of which were stupid and many more with which I now disagree. That went a long way with me. He's open. So be careful who you boycott. People grow and change. I can tell you the man I met is focused right now on average U.S. families in pain. I don't know him well enough, but he has been a lone voice to cross the MSM line of silence on various topics. I'd engage him over boycotting. So, Dusty decides, here's what Dusty's replies. Wow, the intellectual dark web is now directly shilling for Tucker Carlson and Fox News and claiming they are not a right-wing propaganda machine. Imagine, let me do it in Dusty voice. Imagine this. Imagine this intellectually dishonest. Or imagine being this intellectually dishonest and having people still think you're worth taking seriously. Logic. Then Dusty adds this. Funny how when Eric Weinstein is busy playing the victim, he never mentions the reason why many of the students protested him because he went on a dishonest propaganda network which directly led to the dangerous white supremacists visiting their school, endangering their safety. Logic. So he puts up all this stuff about Evergreen, okay? And he which is hilarious to me. All right, so that's that. He puts all the stuff up about Evergreen. Now, I had to laugh at Dusty. Let me get rid of this. Let's find my response to Dusty. We're going to find it down here. There's Dusty. Oh my gosh, it was a long time ago. Anyway, I kindly pointed out to Dusty. I said, Dusty, you do realize that you have the wrong Weinstein. You may want to check your logic. So anyway, Dusty had the wrong Weinstein. So he later deleted that. And actually, the nice thing is, he did thank me for pointing that out, that he had the wrong Weinstein. But still, here it is right here. Sorry, I had to find it. So I put, did he even keep it up here? Yeah, wrong Weinstein, but sure, they're related. You got a link for the source, and then he did link the source. And the source was a story from Huffington Post, which is, if you want to really know what's going on, or the full story of Evergreen State College in Washington, if you're familiar with that story, go follow Benjamin Boyce. His name is Benjamin Boyce, BenJamin, Boyce, Boyce. And go back to some of, actually his YouTube channel started right around the Evergreen incidents happened. And he went to Evergreen and knows the school very well and has dozens and dozens of videos, very detailed about what really was going on in Evergreen. And I he's going to give you the story that you're not going to necessarily hear from the mainstream media. So anyway, so that's the that's the purpose of my title today, dusting off some old things, and we took care of a little Dusty Smith. And you know what? I'm going to give you a caveat. I don't think Dusty Smith's a bad person, but he just has a bad habit of trying to dunk on people. And sometimes he just doesn't give people the charitable look that they sometimes deserve. So especially in this case. All right. So as you know, we do a daily check at what's going to happen in your world today by checking out the Twitter trends. So we're going to start with Twitter trends, get into this early today. And But before I do that, let me remind you that our sponsor today for the Morning Night Live is you. So what you can do is you can help me by right down there. There's a little share button. Hit that share button. Share this out with the people you know and love. Good morning, Reason Vision. I just noticed you came in. And then also, you know what? I do have a Streamlabs, which Sarah so nicely put into the chat just now. If you ever want to throw in a super chat, I'm not monetized, so I can't do super chat. So you can do it through Streamlabs, or if you just want to make a donation, it's not necessarily, necessary, but I do appreciate the people who do that. So thank you, everyone who does that. But you know what? We just want the more the merrier. So please share this out if you want to tweet it out or whatever you do on social media. All right. And maybe some of the people you interact with on some other shows or whatever, if you know how to reach them, let them know we're here. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, and sometimes on the weekends too. Every once in a while, I'll do an impromptu show. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell, because then you'll get the notifications if I do an impromptu show at various times. So, all right, let's move on. We're going to do Twitter trends now, because that's kind of what we do here. We want to find out what people are going to be talking about for the rest of the day. So let's find the start here on Twitter trends today. And lo and behold, the top trending item on Twitter is Toy Story 4. Wow. Yeah, you know what? I really love the Toy Story series. And I can't even remember if I even had kids when the first one came out. I think it was, how long ago was that? Oh, no, they were, yeah, it was definitely... my kids were born when Toy Story came out, but it was pretty early in the series. So, Toy Story 4, it looks like they have a first full trailer for Toy Story 4. Okay, here's the challenge. Here's the challenge for you. I did not realize that this was going to be such a tongue twister, but try to say Toy Story 4 5 times really fast in your... That's not easy. Toy Story 4, 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 Toy Story 4. Wow, that's not easy. All right, the first full-length trailer for the movie Toy Story 4 is out. Let's check it out, because that's what we do. We always check out the trailer. Let me find they have a big one. Here, let's do the bigger. This one's going to be better. Here we go. All right, hang on. Let's start it from the beginning. Here's the trailer for Toy Story 4. With some sound.
Everyone, Bonnie made a friend in
class.
What
the hell?
Oh, she's already...
Let's find one with sound.
Made a friend in class.
Oh, she's already making friends.
No, she literally made...
Here. Let's go. Is this just... Really?
Me, Forky.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, good
He's
God.
a sport.
All right, we're going to try this a different way. Hold up. Let's see if you can hear it this time.
Yes, yeah, I know.
Oh, you can hear it just fine.
Bonnie right now.
You know what? Every once in a while, I am just a moron. Oh, yep, someone's going to clip that. But every once in a while, I am just a moron. Let's just... Oh, man. Here we go.
Made a friend in class.
Oh, she's already...
We'll start from the beginning.
Everyone, Bonnie made a friend in class.
Oh, she's already making friends.
No, she literally made a new friend. I want you to meet Forky.
Hi.
Hello.
He's a sport. Yes, yeah, I know. Forky is the most important toy to Bonnie right now. We all have to make sure nothing happens to him.
Woody, we have a situation.
I am not a toy. I was made for soup, salad, maybe chili, and then the trash.
Buzz, we've got to get Forky.
Affirmative.
Why am I alive? You're Bonnie's toy. You are going to help create happy memories that will last for the rest of her life.
One of these days, I'm going to strike for one of these trailers.
Bo? Forky, come on. Bo?
Bo?
Hi there. My name is Gabby.
We can't stay.
Yes, you can. Boys.
Woody, behind you!
Bo! What are you doing here?
No time to explain. Come with me.
We need to get back to our kid.
Aw, Sheriff Woody, always coming to the rescue.
Bonnie needs Forky.
Woody, who needs a kid's room when you can have all of this?
Wow. Woody, aren't we going to Bonnie?
We have to find them.
What do we do, Buzz?
What would Woody do?
Jump out of a moving vehicle?
Let's go!
Yeah, you gotta go, you gotta go.
Oh, I'm in a strike. I know
You've
it.
handled this lost toy life
They
better
put
than I
music in
could.
things every
Open your
time.
eyes, Woody. There's plenty of kids out there. Sometimes change can be good.
You can't teach this old toy new tricks.
You'd be surprised.
Bonnie? We're going home, Forky.
Bonnie, I'm coming.
On my way, Woody! To infinity and beyond!
Don't let Woody leave.
Kids lose their toys
All right,
every day.
so
I was made to help a child. I don't remember it being this hard.
Woody, somebody's whispering in your ear.
sorry.
Everything's gonna be okay.
All right, so that's the new trailer for Toy Story 4. Let's see if anyone's saying anything cool about it. I watched Toy Story 3 on opening weekend and still haven't recovered emotionally. So good luck trying to get me to hit play on that Toy Story 4 trailer. All right, well, you know, it's not written for adults necessarily, so I'm sure kids love it. I see you. Check your logic. I see what you did there. Anyway, hello everybody again. So that's the #1 trend on Twitter, and of course, coming in at #2 is one of the. Oh no! Wow! You know what? #1 on Twitter just got knocked out by Mike Trout. Now, I know somebody is going to be talking about this one today because Mike Trout should have won a playoff game by now. That's kind of funny. The reason Mike Trout is trending, looks like he's on the verge of a jaw-dropping $430 million Angels deal. There is just too much damn money in baseball. And I think some people are ragging on Mike Trout. Hold up. Let's see what this says in ABC News. Mike Trout should have won a playoff game by now. Trout's drought is the best evidence that baseball is the ultimate team sport. Los Angeles outfielder Mike. Why is that story here? Why is that? That's March 14th. I don't want it March 14th. I want today. What's going on with Mike Trout today? I want to hear about this deal. Mike Trout's a better player with a better resume than Bryce Harper, so he deserves more money. But if he does sign for 12 years, 430, like Jeff Bisson is reporting, it will make Bryce Harper's contract and offseason look way worse. My God, I'm not, normally I don't even want to read the sports stories, but good God. Here, let's just say.
There's poor people. Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
That's Mike Trout the next time he sees Bryce Harper. Listen to this again. Oh, listen to this again.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Oh my goodness. Mike Trout's on the verge of there it is, jaw-dropping $430 million deal. Holy Christ. I knew I should have stayed in baseball, man. You can play a long time if you're good at it, and I was pretty damn good at it, and I decided, I like basketball better, and then I didn't play basketball. Baseball's best player is finalizing an extension that would keep him with the Angels for 12 years and would be worth more than $430 million, according to ESPN. The pact would instantly become the biggest contract in sports history, besting the $365 million deal boxer Canelo Alvarez has with DAZN, and would smash the record $330 million deal Bryce Harper struck with the Phillies this month. Oh my gosh. You wonder why sports tickets cost so much. don't wonder anymore, because that's the new. Everyone's going to be talking about that today, and I'm sure that somebody is going to talk about income equality today. Income inequality today. Mike Trout signed the largest sports contract in history, $430 million over 12 years, $36 million per year, $221,193 per game, $24,577 per inning. So Mike Trout's going to be making more per inning of baseball than a lot of people make in a year. Wow. I knew I should have played baseball. I knew I should have played baseball. Okay. All right. Let's move on to next. And now we know number 2 is now Toy Story, because it got knocked out by that deal. Holy crap. Number 3 is Tuesday. Number 4 is Tuesday. And there's a whole bunch more that are Tuesday. But we're going to stick with, let's go Tuesday Thoughts today, as opposed to Tuesday Thoughts. Tuesday Thoughts. Let's get a good, okay, we always read the first one, and then we find one good one. So the first one is 9 states, California, Texas, Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Georgia, and Florida, account for half of the entire U.S. population. Should 9 states determine the fate of the country? Democrats think so, because that's part of what else is trending today. There's a push to get rid of the Electoral College, and I guess people forget why we have the Electoral College. But anyway, yeah. So these 9 most populous states could determine the fate of the country. Democrats think it should. Some people like the idea of the national popular vote for the president. I do not. Because we're not a democracy. We are a republic. We are a federation of states. We have states. Yes, all these states have a lot of population, but these other states also have populations and resources, and we're not supposed to be a top-down country. We're supposed to be some things we do as a country, but some things we do as a state that, you know what? These other states have a majority of the land and the land usage, and I don't know. Yeah, no one complains about the Electoral College when their person wins office. Okay, let's find a good one. Maria Shriver has one here. Let's see. Isn't it amazing that we are all made in God's image, and yet there is so much diversity among his people? That's a quote from Desmond Tutu. Okay, yeah. All right, that's not bad. Not bad at all. What? No. You know what? We're going to... Oh, here's a good one, too. We'll do this one, too, and then we're going to move on. Be strong, but not rude. Be kind, but not weak. Be bold, but not a bully. All right. That's pretty good Tuesday thoughts. All right, let's move on. Enough of the Tuesdays. Tom Ford. Is this Tom Ford the designer? Tom Ford is that bitch. Tom Ford's whatever. Fine. Who cares? Tom Ford refuses to dress Melania Trump. I have no interest in dressing a glorified escort who steals speeches and has bad taste in men. Hey, Tom Ford, I think she could give a shit about you either. Oh my God. Tom Ford is trending. He's just, you know what? You don't have. Is she asking you to dress her? How can you? And apparently, is it a Tom Ford boycott? I don't know. How can you boycott Tom Ford if you can't even afford it? Bitch, you can't afford Tom Ford. What are you talking about? What is the deal? Seeing all these MAGAs saying they're returning or destroying their Tom Ford stuff? Okay. Whatever. That's great. Good for y'all. Y'all hate Tom Ford. Good. That's fine. No one is Ford. I think Tom Ford doesn't give her head's ass about certain demographic, considering his statement. Okay, cool. Whatever. Good job, Tom Ford. Tom Ford's a designer. So if it's something anti-Trump, it'll trend. Electoral College is number 6, and yes. What? What does that have to do with Electoral College? White supremacists pose a threat to the United States just like any other terrorist group. Senator Elizabeth Warren is speaking to voters on CNN Presidential Town Hall in Jackson, Mississippi. Okay, but you know what? Elizabeth Warren, my friend, you're never going to be president. So let's just... Okay, literally the reason why the Electoral College exists. So this guy... Okay, let's look at this thread. The Electoral College is not very popular. Do you believe presidential elections should be decided based on the popular vote or by the Electoral College? Well, that's a question for people who don't understand how our republic works. But anyway, popular votes, 65%. Electoral College, 32%. 3% refused. Yeah, that's why the Electoral College exists, because the states are not going to get a fair shot at representation. Okay, I'm sorry, but if the coasts control everything, are they gonna? Do you have to be concerned about the middle of the country where all the resources are? No, you don't. So you have to give people you have to give the way for the people who live in all the land a way to have some pull on your federal government. That's why we have Congress. You want the popular vote? That's how the Congress works. Okay? You get representatives which are apportioned based on your population, but each, that's what the House is for. Okay? And the populous states dominate the House. The Senate gives each state 2 representatives so that every state is represented equally per state, and the president is a compromise between the two. And it gives some of the states with lower populations more power as far as the presidency, but it doesn't overall. So you know what? We don't want a democracy mob rule. A democracy. Who said this? It was a democracy. How's that saying go? I don't remember how the saying goes. I won't even say it. Whatever. But there's people over here. Same poll had oversamples in pivotal swing states. Trump won. Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin. At least 66% of the voters in all of them prefer the popular vote. Oh, really? How do you know that? How do you know that? What the hell? Well, the Electoral College lost the popular vote, but how did it do in the Electoral College? It exists to protect small states from bigger states. This is to be expected. How, in your opinion, is having 2 presidents, Bush in 2000 and Trump in 2016, win the presidency with a minority of total votes okay? Because it's a constitutional republic, you morons. That's the way it's supposed to work. Good God. Who's notifying me? Okay, some people. Thank you, Necrosol, for retweeting my tweet. And also, Sarah, thank you also. And Diesel Dave, thanks for retweeting the tweet I put out for the stream today. Just thought I'd give you a little shout out there. But anyway, yes, there's this whole thing about the Electoral College. First of all, you have to change the Constitution to get rid of the Electoral College. And unfortunately, it takes 2/3 of the states to approve that change. And I don't think it's going to happen. Smaller states are going to realize that they will lose their say or have any, they'll lose any opportunity for power if they give up that constitutional rule. Anyway, next thing. Hey, here's one that makes me happy. And by the way, I do have a good news story to finish the show with today, but if you have one that you want to share, please put it in my Twitter notifications, or you can drop it in my email, which is pdognight@gmail.com. No spaces. All right. By the way, I wanted to just check something here today too, to make sure there's not any, to see if there are any in my email today. So I never did check that. We'll do that real quick. Okay, nothing there. Good. All right, that's fine. All right, back to Twitter trends. Number 5. No, number 6. Number 7. We're on number 7. And this is a good one because this is kind of, excuse me, in line with what we're going to try to do daily by having something good. And today, number 7 is National Let's Laugh Day. So, oh geez, you know what? So the first one, whatever. This is a Ben Garrison cartoon, National Let's Laugh Day. The Democrats as clowns, laughing at them, but scary at the same time. Throwback Tuesday, Ben Garrison cartoon. Okay, so that's the Ben Garrison cartoon. Oh, you know, I don't want to be, I don't know. I'm just going to keep going. Happy National Let's Laugh Day. Want to hear a weak joke? Decaf. As I take a sip of my reparations coffee. All right. Yeah, Ben Garrison, I think he's a pretty good editorial cartoonist, but he is definitely for one side, and that's good for him. You know, that's his prerogative. Minnetonka Arts, hope this at least brings a smile to your face on National Let's Laugh Day. And thank Holly for forwarding this to me. Let's see what this is. Have you figured this one out? It's a giraffe painting the apple in the milk there. That's kind of funny. All right. National Let's Laugh Day. I like National Let's Laugh Day. What? Science in their favorite soup? That's not National Let's Laugh Day. Happy National Let's Laugh Day. Study shows that laughter can boost your immune system, relieve tension, and help you relax. Who doesn't need that in our busy and hectic world? Add a comment to this post to brighten someone's day and make them laugh. Life is better when you're laughing. All right. Ha 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 ha. Okay, whatever. Oh, here. Wow. Ooh, this is a really good day. Anyone want to have a good laugh with me? Check out this whale. This is kind of cool. Oh, nope. I'm not using their music. Oh, you know what I forgot today? I can't believe I forgot this. Y'all, sometimes you have to remind me of things, but I've been trying to. Let's see. Hang on. You'll figure it out in just a second. You'll figure it out in just a second, because where is it? Here we go. My music, my favorites, Morning Night Live. We need, better turn that down though. We need some background music. All right, there you go. Yeah. Can you feel that? I know it's pretty soft. Is that pretty soft? Can you hear me talking over this music? Can you hear me? First of all, can you hear the music? Just put a 1 if you can hear the music. Put 1, 2 if you can hear me and the music just fine. Put a 1, 2, and a 3 if you're jamming right now. Come on, chat. I know there's a little lag, so I won't see it right away. 1, 2, you can hear me? Okay. You can hear me just fine, and the music's at a good... All right, that sounds like the music's at a good level. All right, let's get back into Twitter trends. I like having a little background music, you know? 1, 2, 3. All right, Smarty Bear, yeah. Oh, hi. Did I already say hi to you? You were the second one in the chat, weren't you? Or did you just get here? Yeah, you were the second one in the chat. I knew that. All right. All right, back to the show. We're back into Twitter trends. So that was National Let's Laugh Day. I wanted to check out this whale, though. So let's check out what this whale's doing here, because I'm kind of clueless, and I don't want to. The other part, I didn't want to use their music. So check this out. I can't remember what kind of whale that is. It's pretty cool, though. Oh, you can't see it because I'm not. It would help if I put it on your screen, wouldn't it? There we go. Check out this whale. I have no idea what kind of whale that is. It's somebody probably knows. You can't hear? What can't you hear? You can't hear me? Or you can't hear the music? Do you have your volume on, Zombie Teddy? Anyway, I don't know why that was on National Let's Laugh Day. Oh, here we go. Is this a... All right, that is funny. That's funny right there. Anyway, all right, so let's get back in. All right, so that was number 7. What's number 8 on Twitter? What are people going to be talking about today? Oh, that's trending $430 million. We already know what that's about. That's about Mike Trout. Uh-oh, but now number 9 trending, SAT questions for rich kids. No, I don't have Jigglypuff. All right, check out these questions. What does SAT stand for? That's an SAT question for rich kids. What's number? Let's check out a few of these. These should be pretty funny. Okay, here we go. If a yacht leaves the Grand Cayman by noon going east at 25 knots and another leaves Little Cayman headed west at 15 knots, how long before they meet and you can pop $200 bottles of champagne? You may use your calculator. Hey, that's a pretty good question for SAT question for rich kids. SAT questions for rich kids. What is your favorite color? Right on. By the way, if you haven't filled out your NCAA brackets yet, I'd suggest doing it on Yahoo or CBS News. And even if you don't like basketball, fill out a couple brackets, see how you do, because I think on Yahoo you can win $1 million just for being the best bracket, I think. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, SAT questions for rich kids. How much do my parents have to make this checkout for? SAT questions for rich kids. Who is on the $5 bill? A, Abraham Lincoln. B, Daniel Day-Lewis. C, what the hell is a $5 bill? SAT questions for rich kids. How many Bentleys can you fit in a standard Beverly Hills garage? I bet Lori Loughlin knows the answer to that. Define the word entitled. There you go. SAT questions for rich kids. If daddy has 6 companies and sells 3, how many families lose their homes so you have another holiday in the Alps this year? Yes, yes, yes. We are in full envy mode on SAT questions for rich kids. But you know what? These are actually kind of funny, so I'm laughing along. SAT question for rich kid. Put the Kardashians in order of what they made last year. These are actually pretty funny. I like these. All right. Okay. SAT questions for rich kid. Thaddeus Boswick III gets drunk one night and crashes his car into a police station. How much money will Daddy have to spend to get him off the hook? $1.2 million, $3.6 million, $2.8 million. Please, I'm white. I am never in trouble. Aw, there's some racial shit going on in these SAT questions. Why am I getting music with words in it? I'm not. It's supposed to be instrumental. Mother. And also, it's supposed to be old school funk. What the heck? All right, hang on a second. We're gonna fix this right now. I don't want that. I want old school.
Hey, now you know you have to decide, and you gotta tell me what's on your mind. Wait,
hang on. This I want.
I can make you smile.
Strictly instrumental. Damn it. Y'all, it's just pissing me off. You know, every once in a while, I just got to make my own mixtapes instead of relying on the internet sometimes. Because damn, this is, all right, here we go. Old school, there we go. And we're sticking right here. And we're going to start with this right here. All right, now, that's what I'm looking for. Can y'all dig that? Can you hear it? We'll do one more SAT questions, then we got to move on because I'm running out of time here. By the way, my alarm's about to go off to tell me to slow this show down. Hey, let me give you a programming note while I'm still me, okay? This Friday, I will be celebrating my 50th show on the Morning Night Live. So we're going to have a couple guests. I will announce the guests tomorrow, and we're going to have some fun on Friday. I think what I'm going to do kind of regularly on Fridays is bring in a guest, kind of have what's called the dog park. We go and we all get together and we play nicely. So we'll have the dog park on every Friday, starting this Friday with my 50th show. Again, I'll announce those guests tomorrow. I think you'll know most of them. So it'll be fun. All right, let's do one more SAT question for rich kids, and we're going to move on. I saw that, Diesel Dave. I'm going to pull that up. I see the DM popping up there, so we'll get that in. Let's check it out. But all right, right here. Yeah, and thank you, Sarah, again, for putting the tip jar up there. We do super chats through Streamlabs. The link is in the chat if you like. All right, so the last one we're going to do for now, SAT questions for rich kids, is if Aunt Becky pays somebody to take this test for you, which house will she end up in? A, full house, or B, the big house? Yeah, I'm voting on the big house. Yes, 80% people are saying the big house. I wish everyone would have put these with where you can add the questions. Man, there's a lot of good ones. You know what? I am actually going to put this here. This one's going in the chat. There's SAT questions for rich kids. All right. There you go. That's a good one. I like that. That's a funny one. That might even get up a little higher today. I got a feeling that Mike Trout's going to stay up there for a while, but you know what? I think Toy Story 4 right now is going to be the one that is really going to stick to the top today. But Mike Trout getting a $430 million contract, that's just crazy. Good Lord, that's a lot of money for 12 years of work. God Only Knows is trending number 9. Don't know why. It's something to do with Toy Story 4. So we're gonna. Oh, I see. That's because it's the Beach Boys song that they use in the trailer that I'm probably gonna get a content strike for. But well, you know what? We'll just play it off. Anyway, St. Joseph. Today is St. Joseph's Day. Now, I'm not familiar with St. Joseph's Day. In honor of St. Joseph, because yesterday the 17th is St. Patrick's Day and the 19th is St. Joseph's Day. And I'm not Catholic, so maybe, let's see. Happy St. Joseph's Day. The feast encourages us to look at St. Joseph's role as a husband and head of the Holy Family. Learn more. Oh, here we go. All right, here's what St. Joseph's Day is, because I'm not familiar with it, and I've heard of it, but whatever. Here it is. St. Joseph is honored with feast days throughout the liturgical year. The feast encourage us to look at Joseph's role as husband and head of the Holy Family. Most of what we know about the life of St. Joseph comes to us from Scripture and legends that have sprung up regarding his life. Though Joseph is only mentioned by 2 of the evangelists, he is paid the compliment of being a just man. This is a way of saying that Joseph was such a good and holy man that he shares in God's own holiness. In addition, Joseph gives us an example of how to be a spouse and how to have holy relationships. So this is there more? Okay, it's not that long. I'll read the rest. Joseph's example as a husband can be best seen in how he respected Mary. He realized that God had a special plan for his wife and for his son, and Joseph did everything in his power to help this plan become a reality. When Joseph was given a chance to give up his vocation to the married life by divorcing Mary or leaving her, he resisted the temptation and stayed by her side, providing support and love. So the Feast of St. Joseph, husband of Mary, has been celebrated throughout the church since the 10th century and has been honored as the patron of the Universal Church since 1870. All right, so today is St. Joseph Day, honoring Joseph of Joseph and Mary. I did not know that. I guess it's not one of those holidays that get a lot of time. So good on you, Joseph, for standing by your woman. All right, there we go. Scott Boras, don't know who that is. Scott Boras. Oh, okay. Scott Boras is Mike Trout's, or not Mike Trout's agent. He's Bryce Harper's agent. He's With Mike Trout's news of his new $430 million contract, now Bryce Harper's agent Scott Boras can tone his ego down with getting the biggest contract for a player in baseball. Don't ever lose sight. That's why it took so long for Harper's contract to get done. Ego. All right, there you go. All right, I'm not going to talk anymore about him because I don't care. More Mike Trout. Albert Pujols is also trending. Probably something having to do with Mike Trout. Okay. Yeah. So it's kind of crazy to think that when Mike Trout's contract is up in 12 years, Albert Pujols will still have 16 years left on his contract. Yeah, Pujols signed a long-term contract. All right, so George Conway, another, oh gosh, that's Kellyanne Conway. I don't want to hear about Kellyanne Conway's husband. All right, that's it for Twitter trends. I'm not doing it anymore because there is, let's see, Good Tuesday. Oh yeah, oh god, this, yesterday I had a little discussion about Apple and my personal, not disdain, but just, Apple just is trying to, wants you to buy something new every year, so they kind of try to make slowly progress as opposed to just comment about stuff that everyone else is already doing. So Apple rolls out the first update to iMac desktop in almost 2 years. Well, that's interesting because usually they put one out every year, so all the Mac people want a new one. But let's see, Glenn Beck, Lucy in the Sky trailer. Oh, this ought to be interesting. Nah. Well, I'm sure that'll be around tomorrow. Oh gosh, and Fox Corporation decided to become a standalone entity. And so apparently Paul Ryan joins the board for Fox News. Here, let me turn this music down for a second because it kind of went off, but it's good. Here, hang on. We're going to turn it down just a little bit. We're going to pause it because I want to read this article. Because I saw a bunch of people bitching about this morning. Fox Corporation emerges as a standalone entity. Paul Ryan joins the board. 20th Century Fox. Oh, this is an update. 20th Century Fox said Tuesday it has completed the distribution of shares to birth the Fox Corporation. 21st Century Fox and Fox are now each standalone publicly traded companies, 21st Century Fox said in a statement issued at 8:30 a.m. Separation of the new and old Fox begins a new era for the Murdoch clan and the media business a day before Disney completes its acquisition of 21st Century Fox. That's right, because Disney's buying 21st Century Fox, and Fox News is now becoming a standalone entity. The new model for Fox will begin trading on NASDAQ, blah, 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 blah. And Paul Ryan, after leaving, becomes part of the board. So there you go. Don't forget to like and share. Thank you, Sarah, for putting that out there. All right, let's get out of Twitter trends because I want to see what let's see what Dave sent me here real quick on Della Hayes. Oh, I see. Dave sent a link. Oh man, yeah, you know what? This is kind of a bummer. So thanks, Dave, for putting this out there. I've been meaning to talk about this just briefly, just because I grew up in Nebraska, in Omaha, and there's a lot of flooding going on. This kind of fits in with the headlines today. So, Midwest braces for more flooding after catastrophic deluge in Iowa and Nebraska. At a horse stable in Nebraska, it wasn't clear if 18 animals would make it out alive, and there's a lot of flooding. Vast stretches of the Midwest remain threatened by what the National Weather Service described late Monday as a major historic flooding, even as officials and residents were still grappling with the recent deluge that left 3 people dead in Iowa and Nebraska. The flooding occurred after downpours and snowmelt swelled the rivers and creeks across the region last week. Fortunately, my family who lives there lives on high ground. Flood warnings and advisories remain in effect across the plains, the Mississippi Valley, and parts of the Ohio Valley region on Monday, the weather agency said. Speaking to reporters on Monday, Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds called the floods catastrophic and unbelievable. There's a creek that's it's way down the hill from my house, but I know it's flooding right now. My nephew showed me some pictures, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, it's a creek about maybe this. I mean, you could jump across it most of the time, but it's in a really deep ravine, and the entire ravine, he shows me this picture, and the entire ravine's full right up to the bridge that goes over it. It's just amazing how the waters have risen in there. Speaking of reporters on Monday, okay, I already said that. It was heart-wrenching to see the breadth of the flood, she said, recalling the flight over the Missouri River earlier. And yeah, the Missouri River Valley is just completely... there's a huge floodplain, at least on the Iowa side, if you're driving around like I-29. But maybe, Dave, maybe you know. Have you driven that area lately? Maybe you can put something in the chat about that. What you've seen as you've been out there driving. 42 of Iowa's counties had declared emergencies. There's 99 counties in Iowa. She said 2/3 of the town of Hamburg, just east of the Missouri River, was lost. Bluff Cheney, who moved there a few years ago and whose home remained underwater money, told NBC affiliate WOWT that the experience was heartbreaking. Just watching the rescue boats go down. I mean, it's speechless, Cheney said. Devastating, heartbreaking. Yeah, so let's see. In Douglas County, which includes Omaha, 200 children and adult have been rescued since Friday. 29's closed. Yeah, when I used to go to Omaha, Dave, you probably know what I'm talking about. I used to take 35 down to 80 in Des Moines. I would take 80 and I'd get off on 680 and go 29 because my parents lived in Northwest Omaha, so it's easier for me to go take 680 and then you'd go 29 and 680 again around the north side of Omaha. And so that entire floodplain, the I-29 is right down along the Missouri River there, and there's a huge space between the freeway and the river, but I'm pretty sure that that's probably all flooded because it's that's where that lowland is. So yeah, it's a mess down there. I've seen a lot of pictures. So prayers for the people in Iowa and Nebraska who are dealing with this flooding. I'm pretty sure that here in Minnesota, we're going to see that along the Minnesota River too when all this snow melts. We've had a crazy heavy snow this year. So thank you, Dave, for sharing that. If you guys feel free to share articles with me when you have them. Let's see. Let's do a couple more headlines. We'll do our happy news of the day, and then we're going to get out of here. So, okay. So here's another one that I just chose because I saw this one. So the two students who accosted Chelsea Clinton the other day, saying that she was part of the reason. It sounds funny to me just saying that Hillary Clinton was part of the reason that there was this mass, terrorist shooting in New Zealand because of all the bad things that Chelsea Clinton says about Muslims. Just put that in your mind if you didn't already know the story. Well, according to the Daily Caller, student who accosted Chelsea Clinton disappointed now to see Omar support a two-state solution. New York University student who partly blamed Chelsea Clinton for the New Zealand mosque shootings also expressed her displeasure Monday with Democratic Representative Ilhan Omar for supporting a two-state solution. Now, they were just yelling at Hillary Clinton because they criticized Omar for certain anti-Semitic statements. Now they're mad at Omar. NYU senior Lean Dweek quote tweeted Omar's tweet, which reads, "When it comes to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, we must fight for self-determination, security and people for both peoples," which makes no sense. "That's why I support a two-state solution," adding that she is very disappointed with this two-state is neither viable nor just idea. just to finish her thought. Excuse me. Omar's tweet was part of a thread detailing her foreign policy stances that she also addressed in a Friday op-ed with the Washington Post. And so this is that Viva Palestine, very disappointed with this two-state is neither viable or just. Dweek was one of the activists who confronted Clinton at the school's vigil for those killed in New Zealand on Friday, claiming that her rhetoric towards Omar led to the attack. Now, first, well, we already said this yesterday, but the dude probably hasn't heard a word Chelsea Clinton has ever said. Just saying. He's from Australia. He didn't care about Chelsea Clinton. No one in Australia is following Chelsea Clinton that clearly, and don't really care if she mentions something about anti-Semitism that based on something Omar said. I need coffee. Hang on. Just silly. Just silly. Clinton tweeted that Omar's response to the accusation, saying, co-signed as an American, we should expect all elected officials, regardless of... I'm sorry. I skipped a whole line there. Dweek's criticism of Clinton was in response to the comments Clinton had made against Omar last month after the Minnesota Congresswoman accused pro-Israel lobbying group American Israel Public Affairs Committee, AIPAC, of buying pro-Israel support. Clinton tweeted to Omar in response to the accusation, saying, co-signed as an American, we should expect all elected officials, regardless of party, and all public figures not to traffic in anti-Semitism. Now, Omar's comments were widely criticized by members of both political parties, and she eventually apologized and deleted the tweet. Now, I don't necessarily think criticizing Israel and AIPAC is not necessarily anti-Semitic. Okay, that's my opinion, and I don't think she should have been chastised by Congress for that. But I think people who disagree with her should take note on her position. Now, but she did also say some other things that could have been taken as anti-Semitic. You know, the thing about all about the Benjamins, baby, when, you know, talking about how some Congress people are quote bought and paid for, unquote. But and those are can be considered anti-Semitic tropes. But just like, as much as I do not care for Ms. Omar's politics, I'm one of those free speech people that say, you know what, she can say it, and then we can all decide when we're going to disagree with her. So that's how I feel about that. All right. What other headlines can I find here? Let's go back into the old Ace of Spades here, where I usually get my headlines from. Sorry, I didn't mean to scream in your ear. I'm going to put the music back on. How's that sound? Let's hear some music. Oh, yeah. Can y'all hear that? I'm going to just turn it up just a little bit. Let's hear some. That's nice. I'm going to turn it down again, though, because it's probably kind of loud. I can't really tell how loud this is to you. I can tell how loud it is to me, and it's kind of soft. I can hear myself. I'm hoping that I can... funky porno music. Yeah, I got some funky porno music going. All right, let's find some other headlines. Let's see. Let's go on the Ace. I'm going to let you see what I'm looking at here. Let's see. MS-13 animals accused of stabbing Virginia teen 100 times. I don't want to hear that. It's not about building a wall. It's about building a will. Yeah, you're probably right. Student credit Chelsea. Remember progressive anti-Semitic joke while teaching House Democrats about anti-Semitism. Oh, well, let's just read this one. Member of a progressive group makes anti-Semitic joke while teaching House Democrats about anti-Semitism, according to a report. A member of a progressive anti-Trump organization comprised of American Jews used an anti-Semitic trope while meeting with Muslim and Jewish House Democrats to discuss recent allegations of anti-Semitism within the party, according to a report published Sunday. Democratic Michigan Representative Andy Levin invited Ben the Ark to moderate a discussion on religion and anti-Semitism between Muslim Democrats and the House and some of their Jewish Democratic colleagues, reported The Washington Post. In addition, Reps Ilhan Omar of Minnesota and Rashid Tlaib. Every time I read that, I think of how My friend Ace refers to her, and I'm not going to say it because it's just so rude. Well, maybe I will when I go look at it anyway. I have a habit of just trying to skip over it. America's first 2 Muslim congresswomen. Other freshman progressives were also invited, such as New York Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who defended anti-Israel statements Omar made. Bend the Arc is a left-wing advocacy group whose members are comprised of progressive American Jews. Its mission is rising in solidarity with everyone threatened by the Trump agenda. Who in the hell is the Trump agenda threatening? God, is this so silly? Okay, I'll come back to that thought. I'll come back to it. Anyway, let's see here. Let's get to the meat of this one. I want to hear what is the joke they told. During the meeting, a Bend the Arc representative who was facilitating the discussion reportedly made a joke about Jews and money in what was claimed to be an attempt to ease tensions, according to the Washington Post. Connecticut Representative Johanna Hayes, another freshman in attendance, questioned why the joke was appropriate. Yeah, right. If they could throw some damn stones, but they sure can. Well, anyway, their glass houses are showing. They need some Windex so they can see outside that glass house they're working out of. The comment referred to in the article was an approach to use humor to call attention to often used Jewish stereotype. The facility apologized when another meeting participant expressed concerns with the comment. Jenna Green, Chief Strategy Officer for Bend the Arc Jewish Action, told the Daily Caller Foundation. Like the rest of the training, the conversation was open and candid in a way that brought leaders closer to greater connection and understanding. It's not okay, Hayes told the Washington Post when discussing the exchange. These sorts of jokes are off limits. It's confusing for someone like me who is trying to learn. I'm looking to try to understand everyone's perspective, Hayes added. This isn't my community. So they're telling Jew jokes when they're supposed to be being sensitive. What's wrong with these people? Well, you want to start with A or do you want to start with Z? All right, let's check some more headlines here. Democrats in Nevada embroiled in scandals. Oh my gosh, really? Kamala Harris accused of letting a company exploiting Latinos off the hook. Not exciting. More than 120 non-white Californians sent to prison on Kamala Harris watch. I'm sorry, I gotta stop calling her Kamala. I'm just reading what it says here. I disavow. Black conservatives to NAACP. Why is Jussie Smollett still being considered for an Image Award? You know me, all Jussie, all the time. Got to do this one. And that's a good question, actually. That's a very good question. That's a very, very, very good question. Let's read this one. Black conservatives to NAACP. Why is Jussie Smollett still being considered for an Image Award? Actor Jussie Smollett is still being considered for an NAACP Image Award despite being charged with 16 counts of disorderly conduct for allegedly lying to police and staging a racist attack against himself. A black conservative group, Project 21, is calling on the NAACP to rescind Smollett's nomination, saying the civil rights group needs to make it clear that his behavior is not okay. Everyone has a reason to be disappointed with Jussie Smollett right now, and these accumulated reasons justify the NAACP taking swift and appropriate action to remove him from consideration for its Image Award. Project 21's co-chairman, Council Ned II, said in a statement. All right, so we know why, because is it lying? Well, we don't. My caveat of the day, Jussie Smollett has not been convicted of anything yet. All right, enough of that. So that's kind of funny to me. What else? Anything else I want to throw out here? President Trump, they're smarter and tougher. Oh yeah, people are getting mad at him for saying that. When President Trump said of his sort of, they're smarter, they're tougher, and they work their asses off. Yeah, anything that President Trump says that has to do with tough or strong or whatever, people on the left are saying, "Oh, see, he's threatening us again. He said he thinks he wants to start violence." All right, anyway. Lord, Trump denounced a white supremacist loser 19 years ago. Okay, I don't know that story. Let me find. I want one good story that's just I think is gonna make you laugh. Jeb calls for a primary challenge to Trump. Did he ask people to clap when he asked? All right, we're not reading that one. I don't care. Hey, should we read something about the Mueller probe? Should we? Poll. More Americans think Mueller probe is a witch hunt against Trump. Yeah, I'm going to skip that too. There's got to be something good in these. I mean, there's a lot of good ones, but I don't want to spend the whole day on them. How about... Oh, yeah. No. What? We need to wait for the results. For the left. Hang him, kill him. Yeah, for the right. All for when someone gets accused of something. Yeah, I know. It's like... yeah, anyway. Oh, this is interesting. And my wife and I were talking about this the other day. Did you know that like for example, in my town we have a recycling program. So all of our garbage companies have a separate truck for garbage and a separate truck for recycling. We have 2 bins we take out and put on the edge of the curb each week or so on. Well, apparently, a lot of the recycling stuff is not being recycled. Is that music too loud for y'all? Out of curiosity, or is it okay? If it just put okay if it's okay. Put 2 if it's too loud. Anyway, used aluminum cans are piling up in scrap yards as the market for aluminum recyclables shrinks in size and profitability, the Wall Street Journal reports. The price for used aluminum cans tanked 30% since the summer of 2018. Aluminum rollers are cutting recycled aluminum from cans out of their business models to prioritize more profitable areas of business. Old aluminum cans are limited in what aluminum products they can be used in. Cars and airplane manufacturers tend to stay away from using... It's too loud? Okay, we'll turn it down a little bit. Okay, thanks for letting me know, Dave. I thought if it sounds loud to me, I think it probably sounds loud to you. So let me take care of that real quick. I don't know what happened. Oh, that's because I turned the level up. There, we're going to turn that down. Okay, that's better. Now I can hear myself, so you can probably hear me too. All right. Oh, wrong thing here. Let's go back to that article that I was in. Old aluminum cans are limited in what aluminum products they can be used in. Car and airplane manufacturers tend to stay away from using aluminum made from recycled cans. Aluminum producers are turning away from the used can market despite facing social pressure to engage in recycling. So, let's see. Oh, and also a lot of the recycling. Did you know that a lot of your recycling actually gets sent to China, and China does a lot of that work? So, for example, here this even says this: the slowdown in recycling aluminum cans comes amid a downturn in the recycling markets more broadly. Chinese tariffs and increased standards in recyclable purity have tanked the price of scrap paper and used plastics in the U.S. China served as the hub of the recycling market for a year, taking up to 70% of the world's plastic waste before throttling down on plastic imports in 2018, according to NPR. No other country has the infrastructure and capacity to process recycled goods like China, and now trash is piling up in developed countries as they look for new buyers of used plastic, paper, and aluminum. China was buying a lot of this recycling product. Well, they slowed their production down, so now it's piling up, and a lot of it just ends up in landfills again. So if you didn't know that, a lot of your recycling doesn't really end up anywhere. It just, you know, it's just it doesn't go anywhere. So anyway, let's see. Let's go back here. We'll do one more, and then we got to get. Oh, actually, we're gonna do our final headline of the day, which is, you know what? Like I said, we're gonna try to end our days each day on a happy note, and I kind of really like this. So I have one article, and then I have one more YouTube channel to recommend, which I found hilarious. So here we go. Let's do this one first, though. Longtime firefighter saved by the very device he lobbied for months earlier. This 63-year-old firefighter is alive today thanks to a fateful decision he made several months earlier. Bill Stout has been a New York City firefighter for the last 36 years, but he only recently had the idea to lobby for a defibrillator in the fire department building. Upon submitting a request to the department's management team, the building in Queens was finally equipped with an automatic external defibrillator, also known as an AED device, and it's a good thing that he did. Back in September, only several months after he submitted the request, Stout suddenly felt a burning sensation in his chest as he was walking back to his desk. Next thing he knew, he was in the back of an ambulance. Stout had gone into cardiac arrest, and thanks to the recently equipped AED device in his building, his fellow first responders were able to resuscitate him and bring him to the hospital. He's a subset of patients who have cardiac arrest without known cause, Dr. Jae-Hyuk Kim from New York Presbyterian Queens told WLNY. When a person has cardiac arrest outside a hospital setting, the survival rate is very low. Though he now has an implanted defibrillator that will monitor his heart in the future, Stout is alive thanks to the AED, and doctors hope that Stout's survival story serves as a lesson to others on the importance of having a defibrillator in the workplace. So here's a little video real quick. It's just a story. We'll watch this, and then we're going to get the heck out of here. So here we go. Oh, and we got to get a commercial first. Let's mute the volume on that because I don't want to get a constant. You know, I get constant strikes on the dumbest things. Usually background music in things like this commercial. All right, here we go.
For 36 years, Bill Stout made a career of saving lives.
Proud to be a firefighter.
But in a million years, he never imagined it would be him who had to be saved on the job. That day came on a Thursday last September at this FDNY Research and Development building in Queens.
I started to feel a burning sensation in the center of my chest. The next thing I know is it's lights and sirens, and I'm in the back of this ambulance, and I'm being taken to the hospital.
With no warning signs, the seemingly healthy 63-year-old had gone into cardiac arrest.
When a person has cardiac arrest outside of the hospital setting, the survival rate is
it's pretty much the same thing I read, but that's okay.
In those critical moments that divide life and death, fellow first responders used an automated external defibrillator to help regulate Bill's heartbeat. Doctors say it was the AED on site here that likely saved Bill's life, a device he was pushing to get in this facility months earlier.
And I had put in a request to make sure we had one just in case.
Did it ever cross your mind that this AED would be used to save your own life?
Never. It's always the other guy, the other older guy.
Since then, his doctors at New York Presbyterian Queens Hospital have implanted a defibrillator that will monitor his heart 24 hours a day and say this story should serve as a lesson.
In a perfect world, we would have AEDs in as many places as possible.
Bill feels blessed to still be here with the people he loves and hopes everyone who helped him also feels fulfilled.
There's no greater reward than saving another person's life.
Except perhaps being the one who gets saved. Jessica Layton, CBS 2 News.
All right, so that's a great story. Good way to end the day on an upbeat story like that. Good for him, and good thing that they put that unit in his building. So, hey everybody, you know what? It's been another great morning. Thank you again for showing up. I hope you had fun in the chat while we were here. I didn't get to a whole lot of that today, but you know what? We're here every day. Well, almost every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, and 2 p.m. GMT. Like I said, GMT. Greenwich Mean Time, which helps people who are in other parts of the world. So, hey, thank you for being with me again today. Make sure you share share the stream. Also, if you haven't hit the like button, hit that like button. And if you ever want to make donations, we do that via Streamlabs, and we also read the super chats on the show. We are not monetized by YouTube, but again, that's not even the biggest thing. I just come and see us every day. Have some fun in the chat. I hope you enjoyed the show. That's it for today. My name's P-Dawg Knight, and I am out of here. Bye.